Welcome back. We're off to the football. It's a do-or-die match between Australia and Côte d'Ivoire. The Tianjin Olympic Centre Stadium is the venue. Your commentator, David Bashir.
Tianjin is the venue. There's Gerard Gilly, the coach of Côte d'Ivoire. The young elephants stand in the way of Graham Arnold. And the Olyroos, after 24 months of toil, getting to this stage. There's Mark Milligan, the captain of Australia. Côte d'Ivoire in the orange with the green strip. Jair Marufo of the United States gets proceedings underway. Victory for Australia would confirm their qualification to the quarterfinal stage. A draw enough for Côte d'Ivoire. And Australia have been forced into making a couple of changes, and 2 further changes through tactical adjustment. From that 1-0 loss to Argentina, Archie Thompson's Olympic Games are over. An ankle injury has seen him return to Melbourne. He's replaced in the starting lineup by Nikita Rukavica. Ruben Zankovic's groin injury gives a start to Trent McClenahan. Christian Sarkis replaces James Troisi in midfield, with Mark Bridge in for Neil Kilkenny. So it's a 4-2-3-1 formation by Graham Arnold. Adam Federici's been quite superb in goal for Australia. And not surprisingly, Gerard Gilly's gone in with a defensive formation, although Côte d'Ivoire play with the sort of freewheeling, expressive style that we come to expect from African teams. And may that continue, because the pitch in Tianjin is into its 11th match in 7 days, so it is cut up in parts. And speaking to the Australian officials this morning, they certainly were concerned about how the pitch would perform tonight. We've seen the slowdown previous to this match involving Italy. Nothing really to play for in that particular contest, but plenty here. And here's an early chance for Côte d'Ivoire. And the shot fired in by Salomon Kalou, their biggest name. Gervinho's their captain. And those two have been the standout performers for the West Africans. Australia, of course, played out a 1-1 draw with Serbia in their opening match. Ruben Zankovic, who's injured, scored with Rankovic equalising. And then for large parts of the match against Argentina in Shanghai, they defended with Ezekiel Lavezzi scoring the only goal of the match to gain the South Americans and the defending champions all 3 points to see their qualification confirmed. The Ivory Coast Côte d'Ivoire topped their qualifying group in Africa with 5 wins from 6 matches. There's Serge Wawa, who's a very attack-minded left back, the number 2 for Côte d'Ivoire. See the sort of skill they brandish out there. That was Kalou. And here is Bakayoko. JJ is the number 9. He's one of 2 changes. Suleiman Bamba, the other, who gets his first start of the whole tournament. Plays in the second flight of Scottish football with Dunfermline. So it really was a bit of a roll of the dice by Gerard Gilly for Côte d'Ivoire. Vincent Angban is the man between the posts for the Africans. Played in both matches. I've selected no overage players. There was one time that Didier Drogba was a name mentioned, as well as Kolo and Yaya Touré as potential overage players for Côte d'Ivoire, but the team that qualified for the World Cup in Germany has gone with a purely under-23 lineup. Adam Federici has been very solid. Hasn't had a lot of time with Reading. Played that home and away series in the FA Cup over Spurs last season, but other than that, it's been slim pickings for the young Australian. Here's Milligan. Great skills by Kadu. He put himself on the score sheet in that 4-2 thriller against Serbia. Lovely turn. Strong defence by Jade North. Nice switch of play, David Carney. You can see the conditions, the ball's just bobbling all over the place. Plenty of divots on the pitch. And the slow hand clapping was prevalent in the earlier match, as we saw. There's plenty of motivation on both sides, more so for Australia. There's Saku Cisse, the top scorer in the tournament with 2 goals. Plays with Roda JC in Holland. Vukovic with the first touch. Caught in possession there, and Guay. Well, the potential for Australia to hold possession in midfield and not allow Côte d'Ivoire to break quickly go a long way to determining the outcome here, because they are an extremely difficult side on the break. Vukovic scored 6 goals last season for Perth Glory. And only 10 starts, so it was a very, very impressive finish to his season. Zaleski's playing at right midfield, and on the left is Kristen Sarkis, who's combined so well with Mark Milligan in the qualification series, so any set piece will have to be defended by Côte d'Ivoire. Here's Bridge, one of the 4 changes for the Olyroos. Zaleski. Patient start. Sporanovic has been absolutely outstanding. He's shown his class in the tournament. McClenahan plays his club football with Hereford United. And this is a good positive run, but lead foot might have just got caught in the turf there. Zaleski. Milligan, Zaleski. Move comes unstuck for Australia. And Carney may be caught here. Big chance for Côte d'Ivoire. And the shot was high, wide and not too handsome from Cisse. Scored a tremendous goal in the opening match against Argentina, and for large parts of the match Côte d'Ivoire did control play, and he thought they deserved at least a point. Zaleski's seen plenty of the football early on. McClenahan combines with him down the channel. Vukovic tries to return the favour, and here's Vieira. Kalu, as he does so often with Chelsea, hugging that touchline. Jarjej. And that's a tame shot, but in these conditions the goalkeepers have to be extra wary. See the sort of deviation it took off the turf. I must say it looks a little bit more like a cow paddock than a football pitch. 11th match in 7 days. That is a tough task for any groundskeeper. A point would be enough for Côte d'Ivoire to progress with Argentina. And as a result, they are playing a little bit conservatively early on. Jarjej. And the captain, Javinho, is offside. 2 assistants, one from the United States, Kermit Cressembury, and Ricardo Morgan from Jamaica. He's running the other line. And Javinho has arguably been Côte d'Ivoire's best player in the tournament. The man that wears the captain's armband. Well defended by Bamba. Rukavitsia has come on to replace Archie Thompson late in the match against Argentina. Had a couple of good chances too. Long throw by Milligan, flick on by Sporanovic. Cisse deep in his own half. Just gives the impression that Gerard Gilly has set out a very conservative approach to the opening minutes of this match. Carney had to convince his chairman at Sheffield United that the Olympics was a good move for him. All-class Sporanovic. Falls to Sarkis. Christian Sarkis. Excellent delivery, but equally well defended. Mushalik. McClenahan. Australia's seeing plenty of the football. Côte d'Ivoire defending deep, allowing the Olyroos possession. It's the cutting edge in the forward third and the belief in finishing that it really has been lacking for Australia. Bridge and Rukavitsia provide the difference. Milligan floats it into space. Rukavitsia's first touch was poor, but the flag went up, albeit late, on the Perth Glory striker. And was he in line with the last man? He was on the shoulder, but perhaps the wrong side. 12 minutes in, no score, but plenty of Australian possession. And a relaxed-looking Côte d'Ivoire. They play with a free spirit. Maybe restrained by the pre-match comments from their French coach, who incidentally was a goalkeeper in his playing days with Olympique Marseille. Not too many top-class goalkeepers have gone on to make international managers. Tino Zoff is one that springs to mind. That's one for the trivia buffs. Certain foul there. A free kick to Côte d'Ivoire. Defending player Matthew Sporanovic. Salomon Kalou made his name for itself. Did Kalou at Feyenoord in Holland and one season now with Chelsea. Constant fight between he and Florent Malouda for a starting berth in that Chelsea lineup. Here's Emmanuel Kone. Free kick angled in. Hand defends, but not convincingly. Takes a deflection. And it did bobble up awkwardly for Adam Federici. In the end, he did well. The second bounce was an absolute killer. Got the body behind it. And a good result in the end for the Olyroos. And the news from Beijing, Argentina has scored a penalty through Lavezzi, the goal scorer against Australia. It's 1-0, Argentina over Serbia. So that is significant, because if Australia wins this and Argentina can do the trick over Serbia, Australia will go through to the quarterfinals. have rested plenty of their starting 11 players, and that was ambitious to say the least from Bagayoko, who plays his club football with Africa Sports in Côte d'Ivoire. In fact, there's two major clubs, ASEC Mimosas. He's got a famed academy, that club in the biggest city of Côte d'Ivoire, in Abidjan. A famed academy that's produced plenty of top-class internationals, the Touré brothers and a host of others, Emmanuel Aboué. Provides 4 or 5 internationals in this under-23 group. Quarter of an hour gone, no score, but some fascinating tussles out there. Mushalik. Zaleski combining with McClenahan. Bridge looks left and right. Lovely first touch by Mark Bridge. He's a class act. And Australia would have seen the tape of Côte d'Ivoire's 4-2 victory over Serbia as they stream forward. Kone spreads it wide. Kalu loves this type of situation. Cuts back inside. Clips it into the area. Vinyo was waiting. Well defended there by Sporanovic. Had a bright start to his career in Germany with Nürnberg. And that's a corner for Côte d'Ivoire with the boot of Mark Milligan, who's without a club. He and James Troisi, the two in that category in the Olyroos team. I'm sure a signature is not too far away for the Olyroos captain. Emmanuel Kone plays in Romania with CFR Cluj. Was on the bench against Argentina, started against Serbia. Delivers the corner and a free header. And there's easy pickings for Federici. I mentioned earlier that certainly Côte d'Ivoire at fault in the 2 goals scored by Serbia in that 4-2 thriller. So Australia would have done their homework. They would realise they were a little bit soft in the centre of their defence, Côte d'Ivoire. Zaleski. Rukavitzia! Well, he struck it well. Any sort of width would have tested Vincent Angbang. Very good signs for the Olyroos. Perhaps taking their inspiration from the class of '92. Made the semi-finals in Barcelona. Led by their captain Ned Zelic. And a star-studded team that included Paul Ocon and Tony Vidmar, amongst others. In fact, Graham Arnold played in the 1988 Olympics, and it was for senior teams in Seoul. He made the quarterfinals, losing to Russia. Here's McClenahan. Some talk about him leaving Hereford United. Former West Ham player, 3 years in London with the Hammers. Zaleski to the feet of Bridge. Côte d'Ivoire defending deep and really inviting Australia on. Carney playing a more attacking role at these Olympic Games. Such a versatile player. He's onside too. Big chance, Australia! The clearance off the line. David Carney looked up almost sheepishly, thinking he was offside, but the two centre halves played him clearly on. was Diarra Suba, the defender for Côte d'Ivoire, saving the day. High drama in the first half in Tianjin. Stadium that seats 60,000. It's close to capacity. And certainly the turf does not match the state-of-the-art facilities both in the main stadium and the aquatic centre and the indoor stadium surrounding this fantastic complex. The pitch has taken a battering over a week of football. Conditions not affecting Australia's play too much. We really haven't seen Côte d'Ivoire push the attack button as yet. Here's Bamba. Australia really pushing up, placing pressure on the midfield of Côte d'Ivoire. We haven't seen Serge Wawa venture too forward at left back as Gervinho is dispossessed. Composed defending by Jade North, and if press reports are to believed, he's off to Galatasaray, although some people I've been speaking to in China suggest to me that's very premature. You know how much high regard Jade North is held by Harry Kewell. Certainly the word would have got out he's destined for a European stint somewhere, you would think. But the sort of showing he's displayed over the last 6 months or so, in particular that match against China in Kunming was an absolute corker for Jade North. He's continued with that form here. Played all 3 matches, all 4 matches I should say, in Athens when Australia made the quarterfinals to be beaten by Iraq in 2004. And there's been a significant figure at the back with Sporanovic at these Olympic Games. Zaleski. Sarkis moves inboard. Zaleski supports, as does McClenaghan. Still Billy Zaleski. Cheeky little chip. Look at Vitzia. He let himself down with the first touch. Zaleski's been the real one bright light in the attacking third when given the opportunity in this tournament. Excellent pickup for Melbourne victory. 23 minutes in. Here's Kalu. Turns his marker. Can't get the shot away. Strong defending by Mark Milligan, who's playing that holding midfield role alongside Stewie Michalek. Gervinho. Surrounded by McClenaghan and Zaleski. Gets the 1-2 going. And the flag was up. Federici applauds the assistant. And he got it spot on. Gervinho plays for Le Mans in France. 2 seasons with Beveren in Belgium, which is a popular club for young Ivorians going to Europe. Got a score update too. Brazil is leading China 1-0 in that Group C contest. Of course, Brazil on top of that group with 6 points. Belgium in second place. Milligan. Michalek, excellent ball. And it was delivered onto the head of Rukavitsia. Couldn't get any purchase on the header. Perhaps a break on here for Cote d'Ivoire, but they couldn't control possession in the forward third, and Australia win the ball back through Carney, who combines with Milligan. One of the highlights of the tournament for the Olyroos, that fantastic run by Sporanovic, who sauntered past 4 opponents against Serbia. Of course, now a senior Socceroo, so he's tied to Australia. It's great news. Cote d'Ivoire not putting any pressure on the midfield of the Olyroos. Just inviting them forward almost. Perhaps inviting some trouble, because we know they are a very, very good counter-attacking team, the West Africans, but they can't get possession and put pressure on the Australian midfield. It's not going to happen. JJ long looking for Javinho. Milligan, Zaleski, Bridge steps over. Here's Kristen Sarkis. He looked for Bridge to continue the run. This wasn't on the same wavelength in that move. Kristen Sarkis with Mark Milligan, the top scorers in qualifying. Really, Australia was the set-piece team of qualification in Asia for the Olympic Games. Zaleski and Bridge. And here's a big chance. Rukavitsia floats in. Well, as he has in the whole tournament, Nikita Rukavitsia gets himself into some very, very positive positions on the pitch. But value for touches is not quite there. Javinho. Carlu back to his captain, Javinho. Big opening for Cote d'Ivoire. Javinho. Fantastic block by Sporanovic. As the Olyroos play their get out of jail card. They were opened up severely at the back. Mistake, a rear one by Matthew Sporanovic. Cisse is playing a very deep role. Wide he goes. Carlu. Carlu! And just touched onto the upright, I feel. Salomon Carlu eyeing off his second goal of the tournament. Great pace to get rid of McClenahan. He did get a slight touch on that, Federici. Been one of Australia's standout performers at these Olympics, Adam Federici. Kone with a corner. Cushion clearance there by Sporanovic. Tried to stroke it wide to Zaleski, but only as far as Jajege. Such an athletic and free-spirited team, Cote d'Ivoire. Just beginning to get into the mood now. Here's Carlu. Hurried clearance. Kone will keep the move alive for Cote d'Ivoire. Good work by Michalek. Delivers long for Rukavitsia. More than a hint of handball there. Rukavitsia plays in Sarkis, who wins the free kick for Australia. It's a clear foul by Suleiman Bamba. Despite his protestations, Sarkis was on the brink of not having a career last year with that blood clot issue he had. It's great to see him back on the pitch. One of 4 changes Graham Arnold made after the Argentina match. And it's David Carney. Strikes it well. Angban had to just stand and collect cleanly, which he did almost. Milligan caught in possession. Body strength sees him win the ball back over Kalu. Australia try a flowing move once more down the right. Selesky's been prominent, so has McClenaghan. First to play to Carney. They haven't really attacked in the Carney channel down the left. The right side has been the preferred option. See the ball just bobbling up, making it very, very difficult to control at times. Selesky, McClenaghan, Wawa lost his footing. Bridge. Can Carney contrive something here? Look for the whistle and the free kick, but protests were waved away by Jair Marufo, who's actually the son of a former international referee, Mexican Antonio Marufo. Jair was appointed to the FIFA panel just last year, so this is a pretty significant appointment at the Olympic Games for him. Just beyond the half hour, no score. Plenty of talking points. Here's Sarkis. Lovely ball, Rukavitsia, this time perhaps. Didn't quite get hold of the shot, Nikita Rukavitsia. Cote d'Ivoire just slowing down the tempo. Cushion ball to the feet of their captain, Gervinho, who for the 3rd time this half has been caught offside. He loves riding the shoulder, but was coming back from an offside position. They've gone in with 3 strikers if you include Carlo, who's played more as a left winger. Jajeje and Gervinho up front with Cisse just in behind. They do switch up. But they've virtually gone in with 5 defenders, Cote d'Ivoire, with the addition of Suleiman Bamba. Nice back heel. Sarkis to Mashadik. Rukavitsia. Selesky. Bridge. Hits the shot. Takes the deflection. So no threat for Vincent Angban. In the event of both Australia and Serbia winning, Australia have to win by greater margin than Serbia to go through to the quarterfinals. Just repeating, down by a goal against Argentina in Beijing. Another forward move by the Australians, and surely a free kick. Shirt pulling by Emmanuel Kone on Mark Bridge. I'm sure Graham Arnold pleased by the amount of possession, but not too happy with the sort of chances they've created and not converted in the first half so far. Australia. Will it change here? Kristen Sarkis is the dead ball man. Angled free kick taken. And it was well rehearsed too. We've seen that plenty of times, haven't we? Sarkis to the head of Mark Milligan. Favoured combination in qualifying. Put the hand into the back there of Bagayoko. Saw the free kick Cote d'Ivoire's way. Ball floated in the middle. Tracking back is Carney. Good defensive body angle by David Carney, who can play as a left winger or left fullback. Kevin Blackwell, the coach of Sheffield United, was none too pleased about Carney's participation at these Olympics. Lovely ball slipped in behind the defence. And Kone wins the corner for Cote d'Ivoire. Off the boot of McClenaghan. Set piece specialist Kone to deliver to the near post. Gervinho tries to get the back flick on. A couple of players lurking at the edge of the 6-yard box. One was Jajeje. Here's Kalu. Solomon Kalu still going on the angle. Australia kept their composure. The wider he was forced, the less likely he was to score. Give a player of his skill the sort of space he was afforded at your peril. Bridge in the path of Sarkis. Good first touch. Hooked up to the referee for some support. I say for the large part of the half it's been a subdued Cote d'Ivoire, partly because Australia have kept them in the box, and the other part is they have sat back more than at any other time in their preceding two matches. There's a Cote d'Ivoire player down. Very benign action that has resulted in a muscle twinge in the right leg. It may be Emmanuel Kone. Bagayoko. Jajeje. Agué. Kone still feeling for that leg. Here's Wawa. Haven't seen him venture forward too much in the first half. It'll be tied up by Michalek. Rukavitsia. Two orange shirts surrounding him. Kalu. Lovely ball. And the pullback had no weight on it. As a result, Sporanovic cleared easily. You see the understanding between Solomon Kalu and the captain Gervinho. Been very much on the same page throughout the tournament. Stretcher maybe coming out for the number 10, Emmanuel Kone. And a score update also from Group C. Belgium have gone 1-0 up against New Zealand. Belgium and Brazil both leading their respective opponents and both on top of the group. So they look like they are pretty good for qualification in that group, Group C. Nancy Spranovic just showed some composure. Stayed on his feet and has pushed Kalu wide. We've got some good options on the bench. Cote d'Ivoire. Kafumba Goulibaly has played 90 minutes in both matches. He's more a holding midfielder. Can play the Kone role. Antoine Ngosson, who's a very exciting young forward. He also has figured in the two matches. 60 minutes against Argentina and 38 against Serbia. Working our way towards half-time. Here's Gervinho. A wall of defenders there for Australia. Zaleski may tidy up. Does so to McClenaghan. Those two have combined beautifully down the right. Space here for Bridge. Zaleski. Just happy to slow the tempo down. It's the cutting edge that was required for Australia. Sarkis. Zaleski's onside. Rukavitzia makes the run. Zaleski to the near post. Perhaps wasn't the option. Bridges raising his hands in the centre. It's always going to be a tough ask to beat Angban at his near post. There's been a lot of space afforded to the Australian midfield in the first half. If it remains scoreless, I'm sure Graham Arnold will be thinking very much of opportunities lost, but trying to harp on the positives. In the previous match against Argentina, Steve Waugh, the former Australian Test cricket captain, was part of the support staff in Shanghai. Addressed the team before the match at half-time and after the 1-0 loss to Argentina. Of course, Steve Waugh, a former junior player of note. Zaleski's offside. And in the opening match against Serbia, it was Laurie Lawrence, the former Australian swim coach, who was pitch side. Tim Verbeek and Rob Barn, the FFA technical director and the Socceroos coach, have both been with the team, not in camp though. I've watched the first two matches. Verbeek has left China, but Taban has stayed on. Kalu. Step over heaven. Can't keep possession. Sarkis has had a positive first half. Edging towards half-time. Australia have outpointed Cote d'Ivoire in the possession stakes, but certainly haven't made the most of their very good opportunities in the forward third. Mashalik floats a good ball to the feet of Carney. Very skilled and composed player, David Carney. Mashalik. Zaleski flicks it back. A very good breaking side, Cote d'Ivoire. And here they go through Salomon Kalu. One player in the middle, Kalu going all the way. And he can't connect with the header. It was Sekou Cisse. What a moment for Cote d'Ivoire. always the danger. They can lull you into a false sense of security very quickly, the West Africans. Well, he dived, but couldn't make connection with the header, Saku Cisse. 60 seconds of time added on in the first half. It's been a thoroughly entertaining half of football. Zaleski. Through it goes for Bridge. And Mark Bridge wins the corner at the death for Australia. And set pieces have been a friend to the Olyroos in qualifying. Just did enough to worry Angban with his defender reacting poorly there. Vieira Dira Subu. Carney can deliver to confined spaces, that's for sure. This time to the near post. Well defended, and that it is. Half-time, blown by the United States referee. Australia have controlled the possession. Côte d'Ivoire had their moments. But after 45 minutes in Tianjin, it's Côte d'Ivoire 0, Australia 0.
They've come from every corner of the world. They're the best of the best, and this is their time.
She's going to attack her, and she's going to attack her early. It's showtime now for the USA.
Whatever sport we cover, we'll be there from the first whistle to the final gong, so you can catch every extraordinary moment.
And the tears come, they flow.
Our broadcast partner Panasonic proudly supports SBS's telecast of the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games.
Race into McDonald's for a Big Mac McValue meal and collect your free Coca-Cola contour glass. There's a different Olympic Games designed to collect each week for 3 weeks. Start collecting today.
Show them that Aussie spirit. Come back heroes.
Do it with a big smile on your face, because that's what being an Australian is all about.
Bye-bye, darling. Have a wonderful trip, and don't talk to strangers.
Door unlocks. Door locks. Door unlocks. Door locks. Wipers come on. Wipers go off. Wipers come on. Lights go on. Lights go off. Lights go on. Hello.
Hi, Doctor. We're just wondering where you are.
With Lance's clever technology, you'll love that car.
So NetBank Saver is a high-interest online savings account from the Commonwealth that you can access anytime with no fees and no minimum balance.
That's exactly right.
It's a great account, and you'd be hopping mad not to sign up for it.
Hey guys, so the idea is we let people play box Joey here outside the bank branches. Stick and move.
Guys, lose the rabbit.
But you're spot on about the NetBank Saver.
Is my mustache okay?
Well, saving $1 or $2 does add up. If you save $1 or $2 today, $1 or $2 tomorrow, basically by the end of the year, it's a lot of dollars.
Extension lead, $19.89. Lawn keeper mower, $298. Circular saw, $49. Pack of 6 energy-saving globes, $14.75. If you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Come in for the best price.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Chicken that's roasted, not fried. It's got to be red.
Yeah, some of the action there in the match we're in the middle of now, Australia versus Cote d'Ivoire, and that's the score at half-time. So Australia's still alive, but thanks to Argentina going ahead in the other game against Serbia, thanks to this incident in the 13th minute, the Serbs conceded a penalty, and Lavezzi, who plies his trade with Napoli in the Serie A in Italy, converted the penalty. So that's the scoreline at the moment in that match. Argentina on top. If things stayed as they are now, Cote d'Ivoire would go through, Australia and Serbia would be eliminated. So Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, at the moment can afford to have a draw. In Group B, the Netherlands defeated Japan earlier today, and Nigeria beat USA 2-1. So that's how the Group B table would look at the moment. Nigeria and the Netherlands have gone through. The USA and Japan are going home. Now, elsewhere in the men's football competition around China today, as we've just told you, those were in Group D today. Korea defeated Honduras 1-0. Meantime, Italy and Cameroon took to the Tianjin pitch in the match before Australia and Cote d'Ivoire, and Gerald de Cook called the action.
Checks. Bakemanga strong on the ball. Cheru gets it back. Ngala's in the middle. Nice work from Cheru. Great work. The cross, and it's cut out by Bocchetti. Salvatore Bocchetti getting a fortuitous, well-timed boot onto it. Little flick forward for Giovinco. He's a tricky customer. The shot. First shot on goal comes from the small man, Sebo Giovinco. Manjic. Song made the run. Manjic. Narrow ball. Bakemanga. Little push and run. Penalty! He's awarded the penalty. A look from the referee. And he's awarded the penalty for the handball by Andrea Cora. In fact, it was by Salvatore Bocchetti. And he gets the yellow card. What an opportunity this is. Now let's have a look. There it is. Well, oh, great save! The penalty missed. Cheru, great save by Viviano. And narrow penalty went the right way. And Cheru holds his head in despair. Send it back to help. Now a bit more urgency about the way Italy are approaching things. Giovinco brought down, is he? The referee says no, and Giovinco can't believe it. Down goes Nocerino, and Mandrick gets a straight red card. Well, we've seen a lot worse than that in this tournament. That has gone uncensored or uncensured. Asking a lot, and it's going to stay in the field as De Silvestri manages to get it across Rossi. Still an opportunity. It's banging it around and away. The final shot coming from Acquafresca. Cheru now tries a break down the right. He's got the attention of De Silvestri. Still going Cheru. Opportunity. And it'll be away for a corner. I fancy it is. Well, the first bit of attacking play in this half sees Cameroon come as close as they have almost at any stage. Lovely skill from Cheru. Coming to look for work was Giovinco. Nocerino. Lovely ball from him. Clever little work, but Desena was beaten to the ball by Tinyembe. Hacking flying shot from Montolivo. Giovinco still has it. Does well to get away. The shot comes in straight at the keeper.
Yes, an amicable outcome there, and not a very good football match, I have to say, between Cameroon and Italy, but the draw suited both of those teams. Korea, meantime, defeated Honduras 1-0, but to no avail, because Korea and Honduras are both out. Italy and Cameroon have qualified for the quarterfinals. Now in Group C action, while we're doing our business with Australia and Cote d'Ivoire. Brazil is leading China 1-0 at half-time, and Belgium is leading New Zealand 1-0 at the break as well. You're on the 29th, or the games of the 29th Olympiad. This is Olympic football, Australia versus Cameroon in a do-or-die tussle, the second half after the break.
How are we all feeling tonight?
You did it, Buffett!
Well, you boys are going to sit and watch this.
Great news for those who like their comedy as Rye as their grain alcohol.
All right, check this out. Do you like eels?
I like sushi.
Don't be ashamed of yourself.
There's no need for any shame here. You're his family.
But to face what I am, I'm a bulimic who can't stand vomit.
I might be fat, but I'm not stupid.
Harvey Norman takes you back nearly 50 years. When Jerry started, TVs looked like this. Now from Samsung, the new release Series 6 LCD TV with full high definition and an elegant crystal design finish, boasting an ultra-clear panel and 100Hz Auto Motion Plus for spectacular viewing in your choice of sizes. The world of design and performance comes together in Samsung's stunning new Series 6 LCD TV. Celebrate with us now. Harvey Norman, taking you back nearly 50 years.
We are one, but we are many. And from all the lands on earth we come.
Watch the Olympic Games action for $9.95 with the new featherweight Samsung A561 with 2-megapixel camera and 2-inch screen for mobile TV on a $30 phone plan for 24 months. To get on the Next G network, get into a Telstra shop or participating dealer now.
You are about to see every Australian-built vehicle to be awarded ANCAP's highest safety rating. The Ford Falcon sedan range, with up to 6 airbags and the availability of dynamic stability control. The only Australian-built vehicles to get the ANCAP 5-star safety rating. Ford Falcon and G-Series. Feel the difference.
All you have to do is throw it all together.
It's easy. Get the bird's eye stir fry out of the freezer and add it to the wok. And throw the sachet in at the end. See you soon.
Hello? Did you throw the sachet in?
Yeah. Now take the sachet out of the wok, open it, and pour the contents into the stir fry.
Stir-fry flavour infusions with gourmet garden herbs and spices. Bird's Eye, an eye for good food.
Harvey Norman takes you back nearly 50 years. When Jerry started, washing machines looked like this. Now Fisher & Paykel lead the innovation.
I know these front loaders save water, but there's got to be an easier way.
AquaSmart from Fisher & Paykel. All the good things from front loaders and top loaders combined. Save water, save money, plus get bonus bath towels valued at $60. Fisher & Paykel and Harvey Norman, taking you back nearly 50 years. Celebrate with us now.
Welcome back. We're about to go back to Tianjin for the second half of the football match between Australia and Cote d'Ivoire. And just a reminder that if the table remained the way it is now, and that is to say that Serbia remained in the position of losing to Argentina, the Ivory Coast would go through. A draw at the moment is enough for them. And just by way of information, the Argentinians, as expected, are fielding very much an understrength lineup in that other match against Serbia, with most of their six of their big names out. In fact, Mascherano is the only one just about who's playing. The ones who have been dropped include Riquelme, Messi, and Aquero. There's that penalty again, with Lavezzi stepping up, the youngster, the number 9, to score the goal that separates the two sides at the moment. But Riquelme, Messi and Aguero are among the players who are missing from the Argentine lineup. So that is still very much open, that game. Let's go back to Tianjin, and our commentator there is David Bashir.
Great Australian support, this north coastal city of Tianjin. Plenty of colour and atmosphere in the stadium. Flags of Côte d'Ivoire and Australia. 9 shots to 7 in favour of the Africans in the first half. 3 corners to 1. Didn't quite sum up the sort of possession domination the Olyroos enjoyed. But it was in the forward third that they were disappointing. David Carney, one of their architects. And after the slowdown we saw before the match, and the other group involving the Italians, surely it can't be 2 matches in a row where no goals are scored. It's a magnificent complex, Tianjin, housing 60,000 in the stadium. It also has an aquatic centre and indoor complex, which will be the legacy of the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Salomon Kalou had a couple of gilt-edged chances in the first half. David Carney's enjoying his time with the Olyroos. Some positive body language after they showed some positive signs in the first 45 minutes. But a victory is what they need. A point not good enough because Côte d'Ivoire will progress. Jair Marufo, the man from the United States, gets the second half underway. Will it be a more positive Côte d'Ivoire in the second 45, or will Australia continue to enjoy possession and some quality possession in midfield? Côte d'Ivoire have never qualified for the Olympics. Made their mark on the world stage in Germany 2006 of the World Cup. And that's a yellow card. So ill discipline there from Emmanuel Kone, who had cramp in the first half of play. In fact, the only victory the senior team had of Côte d'Ivoire at the World Cup was against Serbia and Montenegro after losing their matches in a very tough group to Argentina and the Netherlands. They came back from 2-0 down against the Europeans to win 3-2. African Cup of Nations champions back in 1992. This year they lost the semi-finals to Egypt, eventual champions. The tournament was played in Ghana. And Trent McClanahan feeling for that left jaw. Certainly wasn't a knockout punch, but connection was made with the knee, unintentionally, from Sekou Cissé. Free kick for the Olyroos. David Carney curls an attractive ball in, and Matthew Sporanovic was in a great position, couldn't make contact. Eventually comes to ground, and Australia win possession back. Sarkis, Bridge, attempted back heel, not enough weight on it, and Cissé comes out with Kalou, who's the omnipresent danger, certainly the highest profile footballer on the pitch. Good first touch by Gervinho. Australia show composure playing out. Here's Bridge. Again, they just want to slow the tempo down. Jade North. Poor delivery. Nothing on upfield with Rukovitsia almost at halfway. Now they play the channel, Côte d'Ivoire. Here's their captain, Jovinho, which is his nickname. It's a decidedly longer full name from the 23-year-old who plays his club football with Le Mans. Had 2 senior caps. And scored the 4th goal against Serbia in that 6-goal thriller. Cagey attacking move this from the West Africans. Kone hits the shot well, and Federici had a good side on it. Knew it was flying wide, but the danger was posed by the gifted midfielder. Australia haven't got too many options as far as out-and-out strikers are concerned. Matt Simon's been drafted into the squad with the injury to Archie Thompson. Once the Australian officials went through the right medical channels with the IOC and Archie was back on the plane to Melbourne, Matt Simon was drafted into the squad. Of course, travelled with 3 other players. Here's Jovinho. The cutback is dealt with by Sporanovic. North gets tangled up with Mashalik. This could provide the opening for Côte d'Ivoire, but Wawa can't keep it in play. Wouldn't that be something if Matt Simon, the striker from Central Coast, the Mariners, could find some time on the pitch in such an important match. Slim pickings on the bench for Graham Arnold as far as strikers are concerned. Zaleski. Drives it wide in the direction of Saki's. Always going to be a very difficult ball to control, that one. Saki's got a good goal scoring record for a midfielder. 8 goals and 21 or 22 now internationals at under 23 level. Came in for Troisi, who's on the bench. He's another of those attack-minded players that can add some bite. The other substitutes, Neil Kilkenny, the Leeds youngster, and Nikolai Topol-Stanley with Adrian Leia, 2 defenders. Zankovic, the Derby County player, of course, injured. Ruben Zankovic remains the only goal scorer for the Olyroos in this campaign. Carney, good positive run. Bridge, step over for Rukovitsia. The shot fired in. Fortuitous rebound to McClenahan. And arriving Asakis. Can't control the half volley. It was a difficult one to guide towards goal. Once again, Rukovitsia pops up in a dangerous position. In the end, almost foiled David Carney. Milligan to Sakis. Looks for the free kick and earns it. Well worked by Christian Sakis. He certainly is a bright personality in the change room for the Olyroos. Overcome adversity, as mentioned, with that blood clot last year. Hospitalised for quite some time, and certainly his playing career at one stage was in doubt. Matter of months later, and he's representing his country at the Olympic Games. and taking a free kick, and he hits it well, and it's guided wide by Vincent Angban. It wasn't all too convincing from the Côte d'Ivoire goalkeeper. Saw it late. A wickedly dipping free kick by Christian Sarkis, his trademark. They've started the second half positively, Australia. Again, Angban shaky, but he was fouled in the process of coming off his line. Australia's Olympic participation goes all the way back to 1956 when they hosted the Olympics in Melbourne. Of course, those days it was senior teams representing their countries, and Australia made the second round. And then we had a huge wait all the way to 1988 in Seoul when the Olympic team made the quarterfinals. It was a star-studded Olympic team too, that included the coach Graham Arnold, Alan Davison, Frank Farina, Charlie Yankos was in that team with Paul Wade. Losing that quarter-final to Russia in Seoul. And of course the class of 92 was and remains the benchmark in Olympic football for Australia. In the last four spot, losing to Poland in the semi-finals, 6-1. That was the Mark Bosnich, Ned Zelic, Paul Ocon and Tony Vidmar class. And here is a good build-up by Côte d'Ivoire. Matched by the centre from their number 12, the right fullback, Bagayoko. Well, despite the positive signs in this match by the Olyroos, anything short of a quarter-final spot would be seen as a failure. Here's Sarkis, lovely ball, Rukavitsia, and the centre was poor, needed to be pulled back in the face of the area where Sarkis was making that angled run. At the moment, Nikita Rukavitsia, athletic, quick, but just lacking the composure needed at international level. A lot of pressure on his shoulders with the injury to Archie Thompson. And damaged a ligament in the top of his foot. That was the official injury. Obviously, Melbourne Victory medical staff will be attending to him when he gets off the plane. Start with the A-League just around the corner. So, edging towards the hour mark, no score. And at the moment, Côte d'Ivoire not really pushing the attacking afterburners by any means. A point enough for them to progress. Of course, Argentina have already qualified from Group A with their 2 victories, one of which being over the West Africans. Here's Cisse. Cisse, attractive ball in the middle, but Sporanovic once more. He's made one mistake that almost resulted in a Côte d'Ivoire goal in the first half, but other than that, his work has been peerless. Team in orange trying to piece together a move down the left this time, but Snuffed out by McClenahan. There is fouled, but advantage will be played. Bridge. There'll be a free kick certainly ahead of midfield to Australia. Bridge found from behind. His shorts was pulled there by Ngue. Move from Newcastle to Sydney FC. Big money move in the A-League for Mark Bridge. Plenty of expectations on him in the Harbour City. Mashalik. Saki's Australia lose possession. And here's where Cote d'Ivoire can be dangerous, but can't seem to piece 2 or 3 passes together without losing the ball. It's been a listless start to the second half for them. Rukavitsia. He's got pace to burn. Nikita Rukavitsia stumbles at the most inopportune moment. Well, Sporanovic has defended the Cote d'Ivoire captain very, very well. And Javinho. Bridge. Off the referee. And a slice of luck here. Kalu on the break. He's got options left and right. Lovely ball slipped through, but a little bit too much weight in the end. To Javinho. Almost seemed to check his run. I think he sensed he was going to be offside. Solomon Kalu. 2 seasons with Chelsea, 14 goals in 63 matches, and made his mark with 35 in 67 for Feyenoord before that. Kone to the feet of the number 8. Here's Kalu. Sporanovic stays on his feet. Big chance here for Cote d'Ivoire. Takes the deflection away from goal. It was from Emmanuel Kone. Off Mashalik for the West African quarter. He knows how close it was. Kone arrows to the near post. We saw an own goal from exactly the same situation against Serbia. Own goal from Rakovic. Cisse opened the scoring. Javinho closed it in that 4-2 win. Highly entertaining match. Arguably the most attractive match of the whole tournament so far. Played in Shanghai. Well, it's getting close to decision time for Graham Arnold. Status quo remains. I'm sure he'll look to his bench for some type of inspiration. Kalu dispossessed by Milligan. He gives away the free kick. In fact, it was the number 9, Jajeje. Used to be on the books at PSG as a junior. Went to France as a 12-year-old. Plays his club football now with Grenoble in the second flight of French football. Here's the captain, Javinho. And again, very flat-footed Cote d'Ivoire getting forward. Long-range effort. Just got a touch from Federici. And Ngue with a rare shot. He's not exactly known as a goal-scoring midfielder. That time he gave Adam Federici plenty to think about. Momentum just shifting towards Cote d'Ivoire in the second half. Came off the head of Suleiman Bamba. And he just couldn't leap high enough. Known for their athleticism and explosive breaking football, Cote d'Ivoire. Haven't seen too much of it here, but just signs that there could be opening up the shackles in the second half. Michalek. Good 1-2 with Sarkis. Rukavitsia hugging the touchline. Loves running at defenders. Outpaces one and wins the corner for Australia. Positive work by Nikita Rukavitsia. Born in Ukraine and moved to Australia age 14. Scholarship holder, former scholarship holder at the Institute of Sport in Canberra. Sarkis delivers too deep in the end. It's a wasted ball for Christian Sarkis. Contrast to the offerings for Graham Arnold. Gerard Gilly has Antoine Ngosson and Koulibaly, the most prominent players on the bench. Hervé Kambu is also one that can add some attacking bite. Here's Kone. Jajé. To the Ivorian number 10. The offside flag was raised on the fullback. And I must say, against Serbia, was quite content to stay back, Bagayoko. And it's been Wawa that has stayed at home. The left side of fullback. Goalkeeper Federici. Now they have possession of midfield. Cote d'Ivoire in the orange. Wawa with a sliced clearance. Falls nicely here for Michalek. Milligan. Bridge. Just cutting edge is lacking here for Australia. Winning soft possession in midfield, but not driving in behind the Ivorian defence. Around about 28 degrees and pushing 65% humidity, but compared to the conditions in Shanghai, a little bit more friendly on the players. Long throw. Zaleski knows he was in a great position, but the flick on just went beyond the diminutive midfielder. Here's Javinho. Great pace and awareness. Carlu, Javinho. It opens up nicely for Cote d'Ivoire. Carlu! Over the top. That was the moment. Almost a carbon copy of a number of moves against Serbia. Javinho and Carlu, and a player of his quality, should have buried that shot. Australia survive. Can they turn that potential negative into a positive? Well, the Ivorians build. Carlo dispossessed. Jade North did well. Sells Mark Bridge short though with the pass. Lovely work there by Ague. Some tired legs out there. First half played at a reasonable tempo. We've got Vizia. Bridge lost his footing, but there's enough green shirts there. One was the captain in Milligan, Selesky and McClenahan. McClenahan, that's a good attractive ball in the middle. Rukavizia rose a little bit too soon. And Bambo will play it out easily. Kalu. Two defenders to beat, gets around them both. Solomon Kalu can't match the build-up with a shot on target. A little shake of the head sums up what has been a frustrating night for him. In their debut Olympics, looking for a quarter-final berth. Côte d'Ivoire and Australia looking to improve on what has been a relatively disappointing record in the past 3 or 4 Olympics, with the exception being Athens. And they made the quarterfinals, beaten by Iraq, and bounced out in the opening round in Sydney, and a similar fate in Atlanta in '96 when they actually led Spain 2-0. If you're going to remember, and Raul inspired a Spanish comeback to plunge the dagger into the Olyroos in Atlanta. Aurelio Vidmar was one of their overage players. And here is Cisse. Shot from distance. Can't get it on target. The top scorer for the Ivorians with 2 goals. Tries to cut back inside. Chacone was wary of the danger. I suppose as far as Gerard Gilly's concerned, coach in charge of Côte d'Ivoire, potentially could sit back at your peril and invite danger on. McClenahan duels with Wawa, and the sum total is a goal kick for Côte d'Ivoire. News in that Brazil has gone 2-0 up against the host nation China. The last score check was Belgium was leading New Zealand 1-0, so those 2 teams look like they'll qualify from Group C comfortably. Into the middle, Selesky, free header! And that was a poor effort by Angban. Should have dealt with, in the end, what was a pretty tame header. And once again, an opportunity missed for Australia. And a counter-attack by Côte d'Ivoire. They've got the numbers there. Cisse on the angle. Kone, Gervinho arrives late. And in the end, it's cleared away by North. Desperate defending by Australia. They should have done better at the other end, and the move's about to be made. Matt Simon, who was only drafted officially this morning with the injury to Archie Thompson, replaces Nikita Rukavizia. Matt Simon from the Central Coast Mariners scored a hat-trick in the semi-finals of the Intercontinental Cup in KL in May. So 5 goals in 9 appearances for the Olyroos is pretty good going. This is a whole new level though. He certainly is an impact player, and impact is the exact catchphrase for the Olyroos at this point. They need something to happen and happen quickly. Here's Wawa. In the process of pushing forward, he fouls McClenahan. Well, Matt Simon is no shrinking violet, that's for sure. A couple of seasons back, actually trained and trialled with the Mariners in the hope of getting a contract. He was an apprentice plasterer on the Central Coast and followed his dream of being a professional footballer. And now he's an Olympian. And he's got an opportunity in the remaining 15 minutes as the yellow card is brandished on Stewie Mashalik. Stud showing on Jajeje. And only one result. And the Australian midfielder seeing yellow. Charlotte switches play nicely to Carney. Bridges in the middle. And it was a disappointing finish. And they just look bereft of inspiration at the moment, the Olyroos. 15 minutes remaining. It's still 1-0 Argentina over Serbia. So just repeating, if Australia were to claim the 3 points, they would go through. A point would be enough for the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, to progress. Argentina have put out an under-strength lineup. All it takes is a moment of inspiration and brilliance for the Olyroos. Ball floated forward. First touch for Matt Simon. McClenahan. Zaleski caught flat-footed, and Wawa will clear for Côte d'Ivoire to the feet of Gervinho, who cushioned it nicely with the first touch. And he's away outpacing Milligan. Fantastic skills by Gervinho. Lifts the eyes and squares it nicely, but Mr. Reliable Matthew Sporanovic was there on the spot. And Brazil have gone 3 up. 3-0 up in their match against China. Here's Kalu. Solomon Kalu. Second touch just showed too much of it to Mashalik, but they may win possession back, which they do. And Gervinho. Kone drives it straight into the back of McClenahan. And Gue. Gervinho. Gervinho drops the shoulder. Still Gervinho. Oh, player was free down the right. And now Australia break quickly. Christian Sarkis. Support in the middle. Still going Christian Sarkis. Côte d'Ivoire defend well. It was Bamba saving the day. Now it opens up. Kone will pull it back. Gervinho on the angle. It's a tidy save from Adam Federici. Suddenly some pace injected in this match. 12 minutes of regular time remaining. Mark Bridge cramping up. He's got through plenty of work. Perhaps the move will be made. You would think James Tracy is the logical replacement, so Neil Kilkenny can play that role as well. And let's hope it's something no more than just cramp for Mark Bridge. Marutho's had a good handle on this match. Young referee certainly has handled the situation very well. Applause there for the traditions of the game being respected. Here's Mashalik. Momentarily the Olyroos down to 10 men. Mark Milligan has had a quiet second half. Carney. Matt Simon stays onside. Carney back to the tall striker. Matt Simon lashes away a goal. Gets the shot on target. Gervinho, lovely switch down the right. Bakayoko, good build up this. Gervinho's in. Kalu in the middle. Solomon Kalu scores for Côte d'Ivoire and plunges the dagger into the heart of the Olyroos hopes for qualification to the quarterfinals. Relief for Gerard Gilly. Despair for Australia. Second goal of the tournament for the Chelsea star. And they were threatening in the last half an hour of play. And sliced open the Australian defence. The committed players forward. And it was a comfortable finish. Federici's goal hopelessly exposed. Hervé Kambu comes on for Côte d'Ivoire. It would be a huge performance for the Olyroos to qualify. We need a victory, 2 more goals unanswered, with Argentina leading Serbia in the other group. JJ replaced by Kambu. The injury to Archie Thompson has come at the worst possible time for the Australians. Milligan with a long throw. There's no question Côte d'Ivoire are prone to lapses of concentration. So something that the Australians will be playing on in the remaining minutes. taken by David Carney. Deflected away, but Australian bodies were in. One was Matt Simon. Pacing back. Zaleski does well. Oh, and the assistants picked up the free kick. Hand on the shoulder by Billy Zaleski. And Côte d'Ivoire can take all the time in the world, sitting on a 1-0 lead. Knowing a point is good enough to see them through. They certainly won't be tempting fate in that respect. Carlo really enjoying his time in national colours. Cisse. Try to win it back. Zaleski really has battled well. Simon on the burst. Fresh legs down the right. Good turn by McClenaghan. Here's a chance. And the touch was none too subtle in the middle. It's Mark Bridge with an excellent opportunity just to cushion the ball for his teammate on the angle. Been far too much a case of great lead-up play, but just a lack of finishing prowess throughout the whole tournament by Australia. Even against Argentina, they had their chances, despite the fact that they did commit plenty of bodies behind the ball. This has been a totally different scenario. They've pushed forward from the outset. Nikolai Topol-Stanley about to come on, and James Troisi is also about to enter the field of play. Milligan makes way. Tracy, the youngest player in the team, without a club at the moment, is on the books at Newcastle United. Searching for a club. The tip is he will be going to Holland. He replaces Zaleski. Topol-Stanley on for the captain, Mark Milligan. So all the moves made by Graham Arnold as Cisse comes off, the top scorer. Equal top scorer now with Salomon Kalou in the tournament for Côte d'Ivoire. And Gué is the player who gets some minutes on the pitch to close out the group phase. Gervinho slips an attractive ball in. Another chance for Côte d'Ivoire. Gué's first touch. Gervinho has just shown his pure class in the second half. He lulls his markers into a false sense of security, drops the shoulders and can really turn on the afterburners, the Côte d'Ivoire captain. Kalou, Gué, and Federici keeps it out just. It was struck well low and hard, and Federici would have seen it late. Frustrating close to the match for Australia after such a positive start. And even the beginning of the second half, there were moments of great hope. News from Beijing as Argentina have gone 2-0 up over Serbia. Makes the frustration even greater for the Olyroos. Understrength Argentinian lineup, the defending champions, led by their superstar Lionel Messi. Javier Mascherano wore the captain's armband for the match against Serbia. Of course, already having qualified Argentina for the quarterfinals. Kambu, Kalu strikes it, but tamely in the end. An easy one for Federici to deal with. The flick on opens the door here for Australia, but Bridge runs out of room. Well, arguably, Côte d'Ivoire should have got points out of every match. They certainly did match Argentina in their opener. Outclass Serbia in the second. It looks like they have the 3 points all parcelled up against Australia, with the Mura Kerman replacing Solomon Kalu, the goal scorer. Three minutes of injury time added on. Still time for Australia to pull off the miracle, but you have to find their straps very, very quickly. Popple Stanley slides in. McClenahan. Troisi. His first touch was a little bit cumbersome. Here's Gervinho. Been clearly Côte d'Ivoire's best player in the second half with a mazy penetrating run. And this could clean it up here for the Africans, but Federici did very well, as he has done throughout the tournament. Been a real revelation for the Olyroos, Adam Federici. You can see the divots in the pitch. It really has taken an absolute hammering, this Tianjin surface. .60 seconds remaining. McClenahan floats a long ball in. Simon gets the header on target, but absolutely no pace to worry Angban. Carney launches a long one forward, and here's a big chance. Troisi gets the shot on target, but blocked. Just dwelt far too long on the ball, James Troisi. Just really has summed up the Olyroos tournament. Lack of confidence in front of goal. there's Murakomen with the last touch of the match. It's all over for Australia. Côte d'Ivoire go through to the quarterfinals of a global tournament at senior level for the first time. And the tournament is over for Graham Arnold and his Olyroos. They continue the disappointment. In their last 4 Olympics, they've been bounced out in the opening round of the tournament. Solomon Kalu's goal in the second half enough for the West Africans to progress. The final score here in Tianjin, Côte d'Ivoire 1, Australia 0.
So the Elephants progress for an all-African quarterfinal, as we shall tell you about in a moment when we detail the quarterfinal pairings. And Australia, of course, out of the tournament, just 1 point to show for their 3 matches, 1 goal scored, 3 conceded. Now, in the other match in this group, it's still being played. Let's show you some highlights. This is and the score at the moment, by the way, is 2-0 to Argentina. This is the goal that opened the scoring to Lavezzi in the 13th minute after a penalty was conceded by Serbia. Pretty soft penalty, I've got to say. And then in the second half, this remarkable series of incidents in the 80th minute when Angel Maria missed not 1 but 2 penalties. The referee, Al Hilal of Oman, had the kick retaken and he missed again. But there was another goal scored by Buonanotte, one of the rising stars of Argentine football, Buonanotte of River Plate, on 84 minutes. So 2-0 the final score in that match to Argentina. So there's the final Group A table. Argentina with a perfect score of 9 points. Côte d'Ivoire through as the second team. Serbia and Australia eliminated. Now the results of the other matches played today. This is in Group B. The Netherlands has beaten Japan 1-0 to advance. Nigeria will also advance after beating the USA 2-1. In Group C, Brazil has hammered China, and under strength Brazil, I would imagine, 3-0, so the host nation is gone. Belgium has defeated New Zealand 1-0. And finally in Group D, Korea beat Honduras earlier today, and Cameroon and Italy in that rather disgraceful, I've got to say, 0-0 draw between those 2 sides. Okay, here are the quarterfinal pairings then finally for you. And it will be Brazil versus Cameroon in Shenyang, Italy versus Belgium in Beijing, Argentina versus Netherlands in Shanghai, and Nigeria versus Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, in Qinhuangdao. All those quarterfinals on Saturday in the football. And so the Olympic dream ends for 8 football teams at Beijing 2008. The Australians among those packing their bags, and their disappointment for the long trip home. But we're not going anywhere. After this short break, we'll be back with more rapid fire in the whitewater and a couple of Aussies making a splash. Don't go away. You're watching the games of the 29th Olympiad.
If everyone has one story which defines them, which shapes who they are, then this is mine.
Where are you from? All different places.
Eddie, for Christ's sake, will you wake up?
They're killing him. Can somebody come down?
He was dying.
I don't want a baby.
I've got cancer.
What have you got cancer from?
What kind of a line is that?
Do you think that's normal?
Help her get strong.
Door unlocks. Door locks. Door unlocks. Door locks.
Wipers come on, wipers go off. Wipers come on. And lights go on. Lights go off. Lights go on. Hello.
Hi, Doctor. We're just wondering where Jaguar.
With Lance's clever technology, you'll love that car.
This year, Coles would like to thank the unsung heroes at the gyms, the pools, the tracks, the rivers and the beaches who with their lost sleep, patience, tears, hope and perseverance help our kids become something better. Coles, proudly Australian since 1914.
Lenovo makes your face your password, so only you can access your ideas. The new IdeaPad from Lenovo, powered by Intel Centrino processor technology. Buy a Lenovo IdeaPad or Idea Center today and receive a bonus Olympic Edition portable hard drive. Hurry, countdown to Beijing 08. Offer ends August 25. Head into your Dick Smith Electronics or Domain store today. Lenovo, computing equipment sponsor of the Beijing